Welcome to the monochromatic mind. We've actually kept the visuals on this one pretty simple, so you can just listen if you like, and really let this topic sink in. So, let me ask you something. Have you ever gotten to the end of a day where you did, well, practically nothing, but you feel completely and utterly exhausted? Like you've run a marathon just by, existing. Okay, let's get into this, because it's not just you. This is a very real thing, and we're gonna break down exactly why it happens.
Wow. I mean, this just perfectly captures that feeling, doesn't it? You haven't climbed a mountain, but you feel like you've just come back from some epic battle. You've literally done nothing, and yet you're tired of everything. And I'm telling you, this isn't laziness. It's something else entirely.
There's actually a scientific name for this. It's called mental fatigue. It basically means that while your body might have been sitting still, your brain has been running this frantic, non-stop obstacle course of notifications, endless scrolling, and 1,000 tiny little decisions. It's like a full-time job with absolutely zero benefits. So, what's causing all this mental overload? Well, the diagnosis really comes down to two main culprits: a little chemical in our brain called dopamine, and our complete, and I mean complete, misunderstanding of what it means to actually rest. We think we're just addicted to being busy, to working all the time, but what our brains are really truly hooked on is dopamine. It's that little feel-good molecule that gives your brain a tiny reward, a little yes, every time something new and interesting pops up. And our modern world, it's basically an all-you-can-eat buffet of the stuff. And these triggers are everywhere, and they're so simple. Every swipe on a dating app, boom, dopamine. Every like on one of your posts, dopamine. You get a text with a funny banana emoji, hey, that's probably double dopamine. Now, on their own, they're nothing, right? But put them all together and they create this constant, relentless stream of stimulation. And this right here just brilliantly illustrates the core of the problem. See, our brains evolved for a much, much simpler world. A world of, say, chasing one specific goal, like one banana, and then having these long, quiet periods of rest. They were absolutely not designed for the fire hose of information, the 800 banana memes per minute that we blast them with today. So this leads us to this huge mistake we all make. We finish a long day and we think, okay, I need to rest. So what do? We flop on the couch and scroll to our phones or binge watch a series for 3 hours. But that isn't rest. It's just switching from active work to passive consumption. You're still just feeding the machine.
And this is the key difference. Fake rest, it looks like you're resting, but it's really just mind pollution. It's that mental sugar crash that's just waiting to happen. True rest, on the other hand, the kind our brains are desperate for, well, it often just looks like boredom. It's quiet, it's stillness, and that's where the real healing actually happens. So what's actually going on inside our heads during that true rest? Well, there's some really fascinating, but actually pretty simple brain science that explains why this quiet time is completely non-negotiable for our mental health. Deep inside your brain, there's something called the default mode network, or DMN. Now, the easiest way to think about it is like your brain's built-in charger. It only kicks on when you're not focused on something outside of yourself. When you're daydreaming, or just reflecting, or letting your mind wander. This is when your brain gets to process experiences, recharge its batteries, and basically heal itself. And here is the punchline. Those constant little dopamine hits from our screens, from all that noise, they literally keep the default mode network switched off. If your brain is always consuming, always taking things in, it never gets the chance to go into this vital recharge mode. You're essentially running on low battery, all day, every single day. And this is what happens. Does this sound at all familiar? You meant to take a quick 5-minute break, but you look up and suddenly it's 3 hours later, you haven't moved an inch, and you're deep in some weird corner of the internet. This isn't rest, my friend. This is just mind pollution with a funny and probably very strange filter. Okay, so that's the problem. It's pretty clear. But the good news is, this is totally fixable. We just need a clear, actionable plan to get our brains back on track. We need a reset plan. And the solution really comes down to these 4 simple steps. First, you have to rebrand boredom. See it as a powerful tool. If it feels boring, it's probably helping. Second, get outside, touch some grass. Nature doesn't have a notification bell, and that's a feature, not a bug. Third, try to carve out just 1 hour a day without a screen. And finally, start treating your mental energy like the precious, finite resource it is. So when you put this all together, it leads to a fundamental shift in how we see our own exhaustion. It's really time to change the story we've been telling ourselves about why we're so tired all the time. Okay, let's be crystal clear about this. I really want this to sink in.
If you feel tired after a day of doing seemingly nothing, you are not lazy, you are not failing, you are overstimulated. Your brain has been working overtime even if your body hasn't. It's a physiological state, not some kind of character flaw.
And that's really the bottom line of this entire explainer. Your brain, that buzzing, brilliant, and sometimes chaotic monkey mind, it deserves a real break. Not fake rest, not more consumption, but genuine, quiet, restorative rest. It's really time to let the monkey finally take a nap. So here's the simple and hopefully memorable piece of advice. The next time your hand instinctively reaches for your phone just to fill a moment of silence or boredom, try reaching for something real instead. Maybe a piece of fruit, maybe a book, or maybe just nothing. Choose the quiet over the noise.
So let's end on this thought. Just take a second right now and ask yourself this question. Not what your boredom wants, not what your phone wants, but what does your brain truly, deeply need at this very moment? The answer might be a lot simpler than you think. If you like this explainer, feel free to like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Thank you.
If you like this video, then don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.